Let's go back to 1895. Motion pictures were just invented, and New Haven's Louis Lassen started selling steak dinners. When one day in 1900, a customer came in hungry and in a hurry.
If I put it between the food chopper, chop it up, cook it, put it between two slices of bread, I can send him on his way.
The world's first hamburger was born.
Cheese?
Yes, sir.
For here to go.
Fourth generation owner, Jeffrey Lassen.
We haven't changed a thing.
It starts as fresh meat with or without onion, then sizzles to medium rare perfection in the original cast iron gas grills from 1898. The 1929 toaster warms the bread, and you can get it with tomato or cheese. That's it, no exceptions.
What's the problem with condiments?
Well, we cut and grind our own meat fresh every day, and we want you to taste and enjoy it as opposed to covering.
Louis' Lunch is an institution that sparked a culinary revolution satisfying generations.
I cannot wait to see how it tastes and how it compares to the classic modern burger that I'm used to having. Let's go find out.
My great-grandfather was serving steak dinners at the time, and a customer came in a great rush and said, "I need this to go, what can you do for me?" And my great-grandfather thought about it, how can I expedite this? He said, you know, if I run it between the chopper, grind it up, cook it, put it between two slices of bread, I can send him on his way. That's all it took. Here we are, the first hamburger sandwich in the United States.
They have the way they do it, and it works.
Yeah.
And it's, like you said, really simple.
Every morning, the patties are freshly ground with a special blend of beef. As for customization, Louis' Lunch has a strict ordering policy.
Come back. We don't use condiments because we cut and grind our own meat fresh every day, and we want you to taste it and enjoy it, and we don't believe condiments. We still cook in the same original stoves that we cooked in from day one.
And instead of buns, Louis' Lunch uses toasted sandwich bread. The patties are cooked to a medium rare, and again, no exceptions.
Cheese was added in the 1950s by my dad. In our estimation, the sliced cheese isn't going to melt underneath the burger as well as a spread cheese will, so that's why we use a spread cheese. But other than that, really nothing else has changed.
It's definitely different, especially if you compare it to In-N-Out or whatever, where they put a bunch of like different stuff on it. But I like the simplicity of that.
Each ingredient in this burger or sandwich is already preemptively thought out, meaty patty. I don't think I've had a burger patty taste this delicious. And it's interesting, the sandwich bread, I didn't think that I would like it just because it's just, you know, toasted sandwich bread. But the reason why I think that they put the two pieces of bread in between the patty as your artisanal burger would be at a restaurant.
2 cheese works, please.
Iconic Louis' Lunch, the birthplace of the hamburger sandwich, a staple in New Haven for more than a century.
Been coming here for about 50 years.
30 plus years coming to Louis.
First time, excited, just trying to figure it out and looking for a good burger.
You've come to the right place. The burgers have a secret blend of 5 different top quality cuts of meat, broiled vertically in cast iron grills dating back to the late 1890s, where the trio of upright ovens are one of a kind.
The Modern Museum of History wanted them, and my dad said, no, it's our livelihood. We still use them, and why not?
Jeff Lassen and his brother Ken are 4th generation owners who carry on the tasty tradition.
And each one is exactly 6 ounces now, so it just seems to be the right bang for the buck.
It is the precise weight,
6 ounces on the nose,
so that every customer, old and new, has the same experience.
Greatest burgers around, good people every time I come in, it's welcoming people.
That's the way you come here, for the atmosphere and the food. It's excellent.
And there's a unique way to put in your order.
I'm gonna get 2 cheese works.
It's best to use Louis' lingo at the counter.
Cheese works, pot salad, and a birch. It is a cheeseburger with onion and tomato, potato salad, and a white birch beer.
I like that.
Here at Louis', the only acceptable condiments, tomato and onion. It's been that.
Hey, good morning, how are you?
We're great. Oh,
I smell hamburgers.
We have them ready to go.
All right. So what are we getting, a cheeseburger?
Yes.
2
and
cheeseburgers?
Onions?
Tomato?
I forget if
Onion?
that's allowed. No
Yes.
tomatoes. Too much like ketchup.
All right.
No. So what's the deal with ketchup? Why no ketchup?
Because we made the first hamburger sandwich in the United States and it was made without ketchup way back in the 1900s, we prefer that we do it that way and follow tradition for one, and for two, because we cut and grind our own meat fresh every day, we want you to taste it and enjoy it.
I think ketchup should be banned everywhere.
Well, again, you'll get along very well with my father with
Well,
that.
I think
The
pickles,
meat and everything.
no pickles,
no
no
anything.
relish.
We just cheese, tomato, and onion are
See,
our only
things I
options.
like in a-
And I assume that's why the hamburgers are served on toast rather than buns, because back when the hamburger was invented, there were no buns.
Correct. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yep.
Who
Now,
can
your
resist that
father was
idea?
telling me about the meat that you guys use. He said that you perfected a blend.
It's 5
Tastes
different
like
blends.
Longhorn cattle used
Yeah.
to taste.
Yeah, it's 5 different blends. Yeah, he came up with his own mix and match and blend himself
this is a
many
Louis
years
secret,
ago.
right?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes. So that and the way we cook them has a lot to
So
do
if
with
we
it.
held your hand over the flames, we couldn't get the secret.
No, I've been burned a number of times already, as you can tell. So that's really not going to work too good.
Peculiar oven?
Yeah, those are the originals. The date on them is 1898. So your hamburger is going to be cooked in the same stoves that my great-grandfather
Did
cooked
they
the
ever
original.
break?
No.
Wow. And those predate the George Foreman grill by about a century.
Yeah,
but
by
it's the
about
same
a
general
century.
idea,
Yeah,
because the grease
absolutely.
drips down.
Correct. Yep.
Cool. So when
Sure.
your is it your great-grandfather who first did it?
Yes.
Is it true that he first made hamburgers because he was so thrifty he didn't want to throw away the remains of the steaks he was
Yes,
serving?
the trimmings
so he
and all
ground
that.
them
Yeah.
up and thought,
Absolutely. Somebody came in here on the run one day and said, you know, I'm in a rush. I got to get out of here. Please just throw that thing between 2 pieces of bread and let me get going.
Wow.
Hence,
and that was the first hamburger?
sandwich. Yep.
And they were called hamburgers
And back in 1900, when he came up with the first one, yeah, he called it hamburger.
after some sailors from Hamburg, Germany, I once heard?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Is this the original building?
This part you're in here was moved in 1975. Well, actually, it was moved twice. This is the second move. And then it was moved up here in 1975.
This isn't original graffiti in here,
This
is it?
part of the counter is original. From here over is not. This was added on in 75 when we moved up
This
here.
counter goes back like 100 years?
Almost. About probably the early 1900s.
How old is that toaster?
That's from 1929. But actually, that company is still in business.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're based out of New Jersey.
But you can't get that kind of toaster anymore. I'm pretty sure.
You can get similar.
Really?
They're a little taller, they're a little wider, but they're also all stainless. You know, there you go.
All right.
Please.
Anything for you, sir?
Water.
Bottle?
Yeah.
what makes Louis Lunch really, really special is while there's lots of places you can get a good burger, Louis Lunch claims to be the place that invented the hamburger back in the late 1800s. Of course, there are lots of competing claims. A lot of people claim that other places invented it first, but like, it was definitely a cool experience. It was nice to experience a bit of history and to really see like what the potentially first ever burger was like. Like pretty much just Hamburg steak. The bread was a little bit too plain. Like it was pretty much just sliced bread that you can get from the grocery store. To try it as potentially the first ever burger, to see what burgers were like in the 1890s, I think it was worth it. Like it was worth waiting and experiencing the whole thing. The waiting, the burger itself being good but not spectacular, and also it was not really that cheap. I mean, $8 I know for a burger is not really that expensive compared to most burgers nowadays, but I mean, it is what it is. Cooking it with open flame as opposed to like a griddle or something, it's gonna take longer to cook, so that's probably why they can't offer doneness higher than medium rare, or just rare in this case, because otherwise you're gonna be waiting for like an hour. Judged purely based on the taste of the burger and the fact that you had to wait so long for it and all the hype associated, I would say overrated and overhyped, at least at this stage of its history. But I can't take away the amazing history of the place, and if it really indeed is the first ever hamburger ever, I'm glad I got to try it, and it was definitely worth the trip.
It feels good. It feels good.
After more than a month away, Jeff Lassen is back behind the old wooden counter inside Louis Lunch.
It's been quite a ride. Very difficult for us as well as everybody else. We understand that completely, and for my employees and customers alike.
Jeff's great-grandfather started the New Haven institution back in 1895, and not much has changed.
The stoves that we cook the burgers in are from 1898, and the toaster for the toast is from 1929. So we got some ancient equipment. Feeling safe for ourselves and my employees, and for everybody else around us that want to venture out.
So this week, the Elm City treasure,
Louis,
recognized 4 years ago by the Library of Congress as the home of the hamburger sandwich, reopened for takeout.
How are you, sir?
Pretty good, man.
Long time no see. How's everything?
It's good.
No one is sitting down inside the close quarters restaurant, but hungry customers can call in and pick up their orders at the side door.
You just all got to do what you can and have to do to survive. A good number of regulars. We're very fortunate. Yeah, very fortunate.
And even some first-timers. Jeff says he'll even consider adding a few hours as the weather gets better. The Mobile Newsroom in New Haven. Matt McFarland, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
The restaurant is largely unchanged when from Louis Lassen opened it in 1895. They've been serving up the same signature item for more than a century. Many restaurants make burgers, of course. First hamburger in the United States. You can't blame Jeff Lassen, Louis' great-grandson, for being proud. In 1900, when a customer needed something he could eat on the run, Louis served him ground steak trimmings between 2 slices of toast. The world was never the same. He cooks them in the original vertical cast iron gas grills, and the burgers are still served on white bread, toasted in the most modern machinery in the entire joint.
Yes, that toaster is from 1929, so that's not only 90 years old. It's fairly new.
Jeff hopes the future of Louis Lunch looks a lot like its glorious past. And if things go right, who knows? Maybe we won't have to debate if landing on the moon or inventing the burger was a greater accomplishment.
Just a block from Yale on Crown Street is a place that not only serves one of the tastiest, it serves up the original. That's right, New Haven is home to the place that literally invented the burger, Louis Lunch.
Burger is tremendous. It doesn't compare to any other burger. It's natural, the best burger anybody could ever have, probably in the country.
It's perfect. It's like the divine burger.
And since 1900, they've been serving their burgers one way, their way. A quarter pound of ground beef on white toast. Your only choice of toppings, cheese, tomato, and onion. No fries, just potato salad. Louis is also particular about how you order. In the kitchen, Jeff Lassen, the great-grandson of Louis himself, is kind enough to give me a lesson.
What is the proper lingo for ordering a burger here at Louis Lunch?
Well, if you want cheese, onion, and tomato, you order a Cheese Works.
Cheese Works.
Right.
If you want no cheese, it just works?
Ham Works.
Ham Works.
Short for hamburger.
What if I just want onion, no tomato?
Cheese or ham, onion.
So you could say ham tomato or ham onion?
Correct.
Oh, God. Doing better here than I did at Yale. Okay, I'm going to place my order right now. A Cheese Works, pot salad, and a birch.
Done. Perfect.
We begin with the beef, a secret blend of 5 freshly ground meats.
You guys don't like pack them into patties?
No, the less you handle meat, the tenderer it is.
That's what I've heard, both from my mom and my guidance counselor.
Jeff tops the burger with a slice of onion and slides it into their upright cast iron broilers.
These date back to what year?
1898. So your burger sitting in there now is cooked in the same stoves that my great-grandfather made the first hamburger sandwich in.
After 5 minutes of flame, the burger is cooked to a juicy medium rare. Then, it's toast time.
The toast was always this thin kind?
Well, back in 1900, you used to have to slice it yourself. The bread didn't come sliced.
They predate sliced bread.
Jeff slathers on the cheddar cheese spread, tops it with the tomato, and I sink my teeth into the historic hamburger.
It takes a very special sandwich to become a legend. One bite of this, you absolutely understand it. It's like the purest burger flavor I may have ever had. Like a very, very good cut of steak. The onion cooks into the burger, a little bit of crunch before you get to this birth of this juicy awesomeness. Proper taste of New Haven in a place that served America and MVF Nation for 111 years. Jeff, to 111 more.